11. I'm Brian Fuller, editorial director of EE Life, and our scheduled 10:45 is nowhere to be seen, but I didn't want to leave you hanging because I promised I'd be back at 10:45. But who should walk by but our old friend Lou Covey from Foot Washer Media and many, many other endeavors. Welcome, my friend.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm having a great time at this show this year. It's a little bit different than what it's been in the past.
In what way?
Well, I specifically came here to look for companies that you might have missed at ESC. I mean, when you come here, you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to be looking for. There's going to be different components. There's going to be some software people, usual suspects. But as I've been walking around the periphery of the show, I found a whole bunch of things that are just kind of out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like Electric Cloud.
Electric Cloud?
Yeah, Electric Cloud. It's a company that makes proprietary cloud computing systems for individual companies to try and overcome the problems that came out of stuff that happened with Amazon and Sony.
Right,
okay?
right.
And they're actually employed in places like Freescale and Microchip already. So it's an interesting way of approaching a problem on the security issue itself.
Interesting.
And then over at the, I can't remember the name of the booth now. It's the French people from Grenoble. They've got a bunch of their startups there. There are a couple of things there within the companies within that essentially it's an incubator.
Okay.
One was an energy harvesting company that creates energy just by pushing buttons. So they actually had a remote control for a Philips television.
Yeah.
Okay. That has no batteries in it. As you push the buttons, it charges the Zigbee controller.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So you never run out of batteries with this thing. They've got doorbells, all these kinds of things. But they can even put these devices onto an electric generator and harvest energy off the vibration.
So it's piezoelectric kind of technology?
Yeah.
Wow, I love that stuff.
It's fascinating. And there was also, same area, they had a company that makes it possible for you to mix your own music. Like if you've got a particular piece of music that you really like, but you think the singer sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can actually edit him out.
Oh my God.
You can put your own voice into it. I mean, so it's your own traveling form of karaoke. So, I mean, these are the things that are going on here that are a little bit different. I think it's probably rising from the expansion of software and apps that's really starting to affect the show.
Yeah, there's definitely a different vibe this year. And I was talking to Bill Schweber, who was wandering the floor, Bill being the editor of Planet Analog. And Bill said, I mean, you mentioned software. Software's always been sort of the sweet spot of ESC, but he said there's a lot of analog here, and there's a lot of components here. So there seems to be kind of an expansion afoot before our eyes of the Embedded Systems Conference charter.
Yeah.
And I sent you over to the Quantum 3D guys.
Yeah, they're fascinating stuff. I mean, there's stuff where computing and software is being put not only into our daily lives, but into the very security of the country.
Yeah. I forgot to ask the guy whether any of their equipment was on the backpack of the SEALs who went into...
He wouldn't tell me that. But he did say from the Hurt Locker, it's on the robot there. Yes.
So, okay, so I mentioned Foot Washer Media, New Tech Press. Talk to me about that concept that you've been working on and with now for several years.
7 years, yeah.
7 years, yep.
Yeah, we're probably going to be making an announcement within, I'd say, 2 months.
Okay.
Hopefully earlier, where we are going to be getting some major support from a big company, and it's going to turn journalism on its ear.
Wow.
We're going to be supplying new content to our media partners like United Business Media, and to also bringing in content to a new audience. One of the interesting things in some of the electronics world is that there are some people that don't even know what EE Times is.
I'm shocked.
Isn't that amazing? Okay, but the thing is, this particular company is actually wanting to reach out to the design community, which they haven't done in the past. So they're going to be expanding their own audience, but at the same time providing a new audience for our media partners.
Cool. Cool. And so what's the timeline on that? A couple months or so?
Yeah, a couple
or?
months.
All right.
Everything moves slowly.
All right. Yeah, it does. It does. This is nothing if not an incredibly creative industry that we're in, but sometimes a lot of creativity needs to cogitate in people's minds.
Yeah, 7 years is a bit too long for me, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I know. Well, Lou, you've been a peach for doing this on the spur of the moment.
No problem.
You are your own social media wizard, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll see you on Twitter and Facebook and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's 10:52. There we are. It's 10:52, and coming up at 11 is Jeff Beer, the legendary DSP analyst from BDTI, and hopefully he remembered his calendar invite, and he's looking at his handheld right now and going, "Oh crap, I have to be at booth 1642." So come back in about 7 minutes, and we'll be back on. If Jeff's not here, we'll just wing it because it's the last day of our 3 days of live streaming, and we're a bit punchy at this point. Stay tuned.